to beat the Knicks.
Allen Houston guards him.
Ooh, damn. Good God, froze, buddy. YouTube, what going on, man? It's your boy Groovy tapping in with y'all boys. Welcome back to another vid. Van Gundy trash talking Michael Jordan and it went horribly wrong. Now the only reason why I know Van Gundy is because he's a sports commentator now. I'm guessing he was a former coach. I don't know if he played in the NBA or not, but I do know he know his basketball. High IQ guy when it comes to basketball talk. But in this case, he started trash talking the GOAT and it went horribly wrong. I don't know what happened. I want to see what happens. Because anytime you talk trash to Jordan, anytime you get on his bad side, he gonna kill. You know what I'm saying? So before we hop into it, like the video, show your boy Groovy some love, comment down below. Any videos y'all want me to check out next, and last but not least, subscribe, man. Let's hop into it.
Welcome to another video in the 23-part series collection, 23 Michael Jordan videos in 23 days. Today we're looking at the day that Jeff Van Gundy called MJ a con man. Now you've probably heard this story, but I don't think you've heard it with NBA legends that were involved on this day talking about it together. We have players like Patrick Ewing, Michael Jordan, the man himself, Van Gundy, Allen Houston, Larry Johnson. Every NBA legend that was involved in this day that talks about it is involved in this video too.
Let me read from that chapter. I actually had that page pulled. Here's a quote. One of you is going to step up, knock Michael Jordan on the floor, and not help him up. We can't show him deference just because who he is or how good he is. Not anymore. You can achieve whatever you want in life, but no one, especially Michael, he is. Not
My boy hit MJ with the right analog hit stick.
Up. We can't show him deference just because who he is or how good he is. Not anymore. You can achieve whatever you want in life, but no one, especially Michael Jordan, is going to give it to you. You have to take it. Michael isn't just going to play poorly. You have to force him to play that way. Close quote. That's from Pat Riley. So how did he get the rest of the Knicks to buy into the toughness that he felt was necessary to compete at that level?
Damn.
You even had my friend Charles Oakley saying we can't go to lunch, we can't go to dinner because Pat doesn't believe in fraternizing between the two of us. And this guy hit me harder than anybody else in the league, and he was my best friend. Patrick Ewing, we had the same age, we came out the same time, but we couldn't go to lunch. Why is this? You think I'm gonna play against Patrick any different than I play against anybody else? No. And then you had your little guy who was on your staff who became the Knicks coach after you, Jeff Van Gundy.
Any regrets about the comments made somewhat in jest about Michael Jordan? It seemed like he kind of took heat and lit up 51 points tonight. Any regrets?
What's that now?
He put up how many points? The con game. Okay, let's see what he do.
Do you regret saying some of the things throughout the course of the week about Michael Jordan?
I didn't say anything this week about it.
His way is to befriend them, to soften them up, make them feel like he cares about them, and then he goes out there and physically tries to destroy them.
I heard that little rumor, man. I heard MJ would play these psychological mind games with you. You know what I'm saying? Try to be your friend off the court, you know, loosen you up, you know, making you not want to go as hard when y'all go against each other. And then he comes out and he just kills, which kind of mess you up a little bit because it's like, bro, I thought we was cool. I thought we was homies. Why you out here trying to embarrass me and act like we ain't just have dinner? So I can see how some of his peers would be confused.
I'm going to court expecting
Smart, man.
to make friends. You know, I go out there to play the game of basketball like I know how to play.
Michael Jordan is always on the lookout for extra motivation. Today, Michael returns to Broadway. Now it's time for the New York players to do the talking.
The whole thing with Jeff is you got the tension, you got the history, you got the physicality.
At the time, the Knicks and the Bulls were big rivals, and I didn't have time to think about and appreciate that you're playing against, you know, probably the best player to ever play.
Michael Jordan had some of his biggest games, and Allen Houston had problems.
Yeah, last year, Michael Jordan had his season high against Allen Houston. He's a leader. He's a self-motivator, and he tried to motivate his team. Unfortunately, Mike became Mike. So
Yeah.
I hate to admit that, but that happened.
I talked to Phil before the game, and he said Mike might get 45 or 50 tonight. How come he predicted that?
Michael upset that Van Gundy had said that Jordan uses friendships and stature to con some of his opponents. We talked about this earlier with Michael and asked, is this still ongoing in terms of the unhappiness about those statements?
It's never forgotten. I think, when you hear certain things like that, you put them in your memory bank and you use them whenever you feel you had the need to. And, so I hadn't really forgotten it.
That's crazy. He's trying to use this negative energy to his advantage. And like I say, always on this channel, man, MJ is always looking for some type of motivation, bro. He's always looking for some type of chip to be placed on his shoulder so he can go out there and hoop. Van Gundy kind of ran with that narrative of him being a con man. MJ didn't like it because he knew that wasn't his character. He knew that was a lie. So obviously, I know MJ heated right now.
Rubbed me the wrong way then, and if I hear it now, it still rubs me the wrong way because that was never my intent. I was good friends with Oak. I was good friends with Patrick.
I get along with everybody, but at the same time, when the light comes on, I'm as competitive as anybody you know.
I felt like that was inappropriate for him to say something like that.
No, I don't have any regrets. I told the truth, and he had a big night.
He said he told the
Van
truth.
Gundy had said that Jordan
he stood on
uses
business.
friendships and stature to con
Now
some
MJ
of his
finna go
opponents.
He cons
stupid.
him by inviting him to his movies. He cons him with the commercials. He pretends to enjoy guys and like them and befriend them.
I don't think he gets it. I think for some reason he's so good and has done it for so long that there is this, and such a mystique about him that, and everybody wants to be like him, be as good as he is, make as much money as he is.
I ain't gonna lie, in MJ case though, I can see how this can make me mad though. Because if I'm genuinely just trying to be cool with my peers and my basketball friends off the court, and I know I got real good intentions and I know I'm not trying to, use it to my advantage, of course I'm gonna be heated. Of course I'm gonna be mad. Because now you're trying to make me seem like a bad person when I know I'm not a bad person. And now he about to demolish Van Gundy in his squad.
Be able to do all the off-the-court things that you watch him game in and game out. He saddles up next to guys, he smiles at him, pats him on the ass, and then, goes out there and kicks their ass, and they hug him after the game. Like that was some great thing that he got 45 on them. So I don't understand it.
Ewing and Longley tip it off.
Oh my God.
Chicago, in losing to Houston on Sunday, shot less than 40%. Jordan gets his first of the
gate.
That's 3 turnovers for New York in their
Wide
last
open.
5 possessions. Here's Jordan. Chance for the Chicago Bulls to get their first lead of the night now. Ewing knocks it right back into the hands of Mr. Jordan.
Easy leg.
Bad breaks. Patrick Ewing deflects the ball. It goes back to that man, wide open to the basket.
5
Pull up.
turnovers in the last.
Oh, come
Jordan.
here.
Now Larry Johnson with the switch.
Got to a spot. One dribble. Pull up. That's nice.
I tell you, he's feeling it. You can see his face.
He expects to be back Sunday at home against
What a
Miami.
double.
Here's Jordan posting
Look
up
at the
again.
footwork. He already
Finds
hot.
Jordan.
Once he get that mid-range
Jordan
going,
for the Bulls.
and when the 3-ball going, that's how you know it's his night.
Giles
Look at
back
that
on
dribble
Jordan.
pull up.
Jordan
Rolls
gets
up
34
over
with
the
Randy Brown. He got the start tonight.
Why is he
Here's
wide
Jordan.
open?
Nobody there to guard him.
The hell, he the best player on the
Ended
court.
with the Patrick Ewing, with Bill Winnington on him, double team Patrick Ewing, so they're good guys. You get
He's
3.
steal,
The
man.
problem is you got
Playing
to
on
throw
both
it in the
ends.
post rack.
Yeah.
Great play by Michael Jordan. Great play.
Randy
Get
Brown
back to him.
kicks
There it
out
is.
to Jordan for 3.
What type of defense is
Got
this?
Jordan. Johnson picks him up defensively. Michael goes for 41.
Wow. That's 41 right now.
And that's hurting the team, and that one was a big one.
Jordan.
Shooter's touch.
Shooter's roll.
Nice.
A Jordan
Wow.
roll.
Yeah, he has a
Giving
lot of
them
good
buckets. Show Van
Michael
Gundy
Jordan
face.
ends a 17-2 run. He's got 45.
45.
But it's a 4-point game.
Now, it'll be interesting. I think Jeff Van Gundy may call that timeout because he said the last 6 minutes of the game, they don't want Michael Jordan taking shots. Michael Jordan made that shot. He called an immediate timeout. He wants him to get into a good play, obviously, but he
Don't
also
tell me
wants
he's
more
gonna
help
shoot
than
it
Michael. From
while
this point
getting
on,
double
he wants
teamed.
somebody else other than Michael to beat the Knicks.
Allen Houston guards him.
Ooh, damn. Good God, froze, buddy.
This point on, he wants somebody else other than Michael to beat the Knicks.
Oh, he hit him with the half spin. Oh, good God. Almost shook him out of his shoes.
And this time he glances at you.
Jeez. Damn.
We call that the
Mr. Houston?
Fourth quarter.
Where you going?
1:10 to go. Jordan in the post over Houston.
Damn.
Golly.
Good
And they say
God.
he wasn't going to get the shots.
Look at Van Gundy. Hey, over 2 people. 51? Damn!
And he is screaming at Jeff Van Gundy.
Sit down, punk.
He was not going to pass.
Sit down. Stop playing with him, man. Damn.
Phil Jackson told Dick
MJ gave him that
in
word.
the locker room that Michael Jordan was upset with some comments Van Gundy had made because Jeff Van Gundy had said Jordan, with his friendships with other players around the league,
Oh, damn. Look at the assistant coach.
with his friendships with other players around the league, lulls them.
Boy, MJ got them boys
feeling of
salty.
friendship and then strikes like a viper.
Mad as hell.
He's a snake right now, I'll tell you that.
Damn,
18 of 30,
51.
including in the fourth quarter. You ready for this?
It was an efficient 51, too. That's tough.
12 of 14. Not surprisingly, Michael would burn the Knicks all game long.
18 points in the first
Damn.
quarter.
Calm down. He talking. Oh, y'all up in his ear, too.
51 points left Van Gundy and the Knicks speechless.
Damn. Look at Van Gundy. Damn. My boy mad as hell. MJ put up 51 on y'all head. Damn, man. That's what you get for lying on people, man. Don't be lying on people's character now. That's crazy.
Jordan headache right now.
Wow.
Did you take it personally when Van Gundy called you a con man?
Yes.
You had some words for him. What did you say, and were you aware of his comments?
I wouldn't want to say what I said on TV.
What did you say to him after that last basket?
Some choice words.
Can you give us a clean version?
No.
Yeah, I noticed on the last basket you took a hard look at the Knick bench.
I did.
I think you said, calm down, you little hockey puck, or something like that. I'm not sure. It was something to that effect.
He said I conned the players, I befriended them, and then I attack them on the basketball court. Where did that come from?
He'd read the paper and saw the comments was in the paper. And
What did he say to you guys after the game?
no, he was just mentioning that he'd read the thing and talking about how Van Gundy said he was a con man and using his friendships on the court to take advantage of other players on other teams. But Michael likes that. He likes challenges. He likes guys to get on it because it forces him and makes him, and drives him to be a better player.
You know, I was aware of his comments, and you know, when I'm on the basketball court, I compete. You know, when I step off the basketball court, I leave everything that happened on the basketball court on the basketball court. I respect every player in this league, and yeah, I have friends in this league, and I don't ask them, and I hope they don't change their approach to me on the basketball court, because certainly I don't change my approach to them. I was able to make some big shots.
Wow.
Everybody knew the ball was coming to him, and you knew you had to stop him. So you got to give him credit.
When Jordan scores all the points, usually the other guys will look around and watch it.
Michael's going to get his, but we just have to limit the other people. But we just didn't
He
put
said
do a
Michael
good enough
gonna
job.
get his.
There's nothing to say. He's one of the best players to ever play this game. He's the best player to play in my era. I already know how great Michael was.
So, Michael, you were thinking about what he said before the game started.
I heard it, and it had some sense of extra motivation, but you know, it didn't go too deep, you know, because I'm a little bit bigger than that, and quite naturally, I didn't want his mind games to play with me.
I was good friends with him. I was good friends with Patrick, but I'm not trying to con them to play a different style to play against me.
My game was the same. You come in the paint, Mike, no. If Jersey the opposite color come, I got to step up, and that's my job. Take charge of it. And, you know, defense. In my defense, I was the anchor in New York, and we had a real good defense.
But the crazy thing is, if you look at it, though, like, by the looks of it, it still looked like they was playing hard. You know, Oakley taking charges, hard fouls, Michael doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? So it didn't seem that way. But I don't know what Van Gundy was talking about.
It's always in the top 5 and everything. So Michael worked on his jump shot once I got traded, because he knew that
he could see
he had
that
to pull
way.
up. He had to pull up. So in his book, he talked a lot of trash about, I was born the wrong time, but you know, hey, he knew if he came down that lane, he was gonna have to pay a toll.
I mean, that to me is like attacking my basketball skills as a sense of saying, only way you win is you make these guys think that you like them. No, I actually do like them.
It's a business.
Exactly.
Mike want to win, I want to win. So at the end of the day, shake your hand and go separate ways.
Oakley almost tried to take my head off every time we played, and then we go to dinner afterwards. Right. You know, he played me no different than
that's
if
how
he
you
was
know that
playing
wasn't
me
true.
If I did go to dinner or I didn't go to dinner.
I had to do the same thing. Play defense, Paulton Miller, and let them know that it's still, you can't come down the lane. I'm still here.
You know, for me, I was pissed.
And here's Michael Jordan. Childs picks him up.
Because if he gets hot, there's nothing I can do.
Look at this. Michael Jordan is just bigger. He's stronger. He can jump higher.
Oh, yeah, that's lunch food. Go to Corral. All you can eat buffet.
The Bulls don't like giving help, so he's probably going to be down there by himself most of the night.
Because he's 6'6" and he gets down to 13 feet, you know, I can push him out to 15, 16, then I have the advantage. And so I said, Jeff, let me start on Mike. No, John has him. I'm like, okay. So Mike had 35 in the first half.
35 in the first half?
It's on Michael Jordan.
Damn.
So Jeff's like, all right, Chris, you got him. I was like, bullshit. I do not. So he's like, yeah,
I told you.
So I went out there. I fouled him 5 straight times. I was like, you're not going to have 55 on me. And I went and sat down.
He went to the bench.
Because once he gets going, there's nothing you can do.
There was really nothing you could do. We wanted to
damn,
not
the whole
let
Knicks
Jordan
team
stop,
saying
but
there's
we just
nothing
didn't
they
want
could do.
everybody
They could not
else
stop Jordan.
to get off and let there be a lot of balance.
Then they
in their
coach
scoring.
talking trash,
So
making it
Michael
worse.
Knew kind of what areas he wanted to go to. So when you were defending him, he would kind of set you up one way and get to one spot and just elevate. And there was really nothing you could do because he got off the ground so quick. And then when he was able to shoot the ball better and better every year, it just made it that much more difficult.
Yeah.
That's when you
And
become
then you
really,
gotta deal
really
with his
good
pump
as an
fakes,
individual and as a team, and that's what he
footwork.
was very good at.
He's the only one that I can remember that was able to score that many points against us. You know, so it was, you know, you give homage to MJ.
Listen, I'm a guy who challenged Jordan, called him a con man, right?
I remember it like it was yesterday. Jordan joying with Jeff Van Gundy and Don Chaney on the bench.
Yeah. So I'm speaking.
Oh, so
from
this went on
experience.
multiple games.
You know, in my mind,
He held a grudge.
in a one-game setting, if I had first pick all time, there's no doubt who I'm taking, and it's Michael Jordan.
And I hope you guys enjoyed the
Even
second
Van
video in
Gundy
the
said it.
23-part series collection of Michael Jordan. If you did, please help me out by hitting that like button, subscribe if you are new, hit that notification button, and here are 2 new MJ videos that I think you may enjoy.
For sure, man. Y'all go subscribe to him, subscribe to me. Y'all know what's going on. Van Gundy, gotta stop talking trash. He was busting all your players' ass. I don't understand. Even the players themselves said they could do nothing to stop MJ. So why did you start talking trash about MJ? Knowing damn well he gonna use that as motivation. Crazy, man. He put up 51 on them boys, man. Had them boys looking sad headed to the locker room, man. It's crazy, man. MJ don't play about his character, as you can see. MJ was genuinely cool with some people in the league. You know what I'm saying? Even the players said that. He had a real connection with some of them boys, man. You know what I'm saying? And Van Gundy tried to make it seem like he was doing that to play some mind games and tricks on his players, man. When that wasn't the case, you know what I'm saying, man? So that was a good little storyline about MJ. I did not know this story. This is a good one right here, man. If y'all like the reaction, man, hit the like button and comment down below any videos y'all want Groovy to check out next. And last but not least, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm going to catch y'all in the next vid.